If you're a small business and you want to geek out about Google marketing, upselling, cross-selling, what is the look back period? Let's see what else. We got holiday marketing, strategic alliances. You are in the right place. My name is Linda Ray. I'm a retired financial services professional, and I have combined some of the practical experience running financial services, insurance, financial planning, and I have now incorporated some more intuitive type fun tools to uncover some of the dreaded small business operation type tasks that we have to do every single day, every single week, every single month, quarter, and annually. We have a Biz Glitch 366 project, and we decided to combine that with our new series, The Tarot Said So, which I love saying that and then having the very magical sound effect. If you're new here, welcome. I hope that anything that you hear that we talk about resonates with you. If not, we get it. There's 7 glitches that we're going to talk about, and the glitches are in the description with a timestamp and the video that we did last year pertaining to the glitch. This is a membership for the mistake of the day. So there are videos that are public, and then there's some that are private for those glitch gurus that sign up for that program. And we're going to talk about today glitches number 195 to 201, which is July 13th through July 19th. This is for entertainment purposes only. Anything that we talk about is really just for whatever insight you can glean, whatever inspiration or motivation you can acquire from this to apply in your business. If something doesn't fit, we get it. Move on to the next glitch. If you know tarot, would love to hear from you in the comments on any interpretations that you found interesting. And the deck I'm using today is the Doodle Tarot. I love this little deck. The first glitch is glitch 195 for July 13th. Have you updated your Google My Business profile page? Yeah, so this made the roster because our business, we got on the map because of YouTube and utilizing the Google My Business for posts of the new videos coming up, etc. And any new videos that we did, I would post it on the Google My Business page, and that just helped with the search rankings. Now, just like everything in technology, some things change, and Google isn't the top dog, so to speak, as it once was because of AI. I mean, I'm not going to talk too much about it because this isn't like a news show, but Google didn't really keep up with all that they could have in the AI space, so they kind of fell out of favor a little bit. Maybe it's changing. I don't know. There's a lot that's going on right now I don't think a lot of us expected a lot of things that are happening right now in our world. But anyway, the 3-card spread we're going to use is energy, shift, and result. Some of this stuff is very fluid. Not everything is super set in stone unless you're talking about labor laws and stuff, which we did last week with W-2 and 1099. But this is how are you utilizing Google now for posting? Let's look at that. Energy. The energy is 7 of Swords. This card is one where it can be interpreted as theft, scheming, deceptive, sneaky. When it comes to business, and because we're talking about this glitch and the energy around this is how to be more strategic in your social media marketing. And could Google My Business be a little bit of a new type of way to get some of your posts out there, some of your messaging out there? Have that as some of the branding that that you use in your marketing. Also, I don't know about you, but there's some platforms that just don't work for us. We don't use Facebook. We don't use Instagram. We don't use Pinterest. We don't use TikTok. We don't use Twitter. These are all years of playing around with different ways to have social media be a part of our strategy and posting on social media. Google My Business has where they allow you to post, and you can post your YouTube videos. You can post anything on there with links and everything, images and everything. So how strategic are you being with this as a means for a social media platform? Next is the shift to make this possible. Is this something that should work for you or could work? Ace of Cups. The cups are creativity. Aces are ideas. This is a brilliant card to say, if you're going to employ a new strategy with your marketing, this might be something you want to consider. Let's see what the result will be. The Sun? Come on. Could you get any more perfect? This is the card of happiness and success. So why wouldn't you want to test it out just to see? And these things take time. So I'm surprised Temperance didn't show up here. This takes time to get that algorithm to understand what messages and branding you're putting out there. But Google My Business should not be discounted as a means for you to publish some of your announcements, alerts, posts, etc. I love that for us. All right, let's see. And next glitch is 196 for July 14th. Are employees and associates still engaged in working with you? Okay. So this made the roster because there's a level of potential unknowing that, because we're all busy doing the things we're used to doing and the things we know we have to do in our business, and it's very transactional. But are you having the conversations with people associated in your business that you rely on to execute to make, so that your business is profitable? If someone doesn't feel comfortable coming to you and talking to you, if they don't feel there's a safe space with you, then before you know it, they're no longer associated with your business and they're gone. And then you didn't know about it. It's a big surprise. And then what? You have to pivot and change and figure out, how am I going to fill this void in my business now? So let's take a look. How engaged are you with employees and associates in your business? Are you having conversations? Do you know how they feel about working with you and in your business at this juncture? Let's see what the energy is here. The King of Swords. This is the master of intellect. You are the authority, the person that you're the only one you can rely on in this case, because this is your business. So if you don't know what's going on in your business with the people around you, that's that could lead to something that is negative. But the thing is, you have the logical capability of, all right, how do I go about doing this? Or do you have a mentor? Do you have somebody that you can rely on to help kind of ease the path to those types of conversations when you're having the one-on-one meetings? So let's see what shift would have to happen for you. This is the Wheel of Fortune. So maybe there is a change that needs to be made how you're communicating with people in your business. This is also the card of luck and destiny and change. So if there is something that needs to happen that hasn't maybe been happening, this is the time that says you have the authority to do this with the clarity, the mental capacity to engage with these people, to make sure there's no surprises coming down the pike. And the result for this glitch is the Knight of Swords. So this is an assertive, direct action to accomplish the goal. And even if this isn't you taking those bold actions to, make this happen for them to know there's a safe space. Again, this could be where you have somebody in your office, maybe you have a manager that can handle these difficult types of conversations. And I'm not saying they always have to be difficult. I'm just saying if you don't have a standard practice of having meetings on a regular basis with people in your business, then you are gonna maybe want to start, and that's the change here with the Wheel of Fortune, to have a schedule of regular set meetings, so this doesn't happen again if this is something that it hasn't been happening. So I mean, I there's nothing not to love here, but I think what I'm getting for this, and also because this king has this scowl on his face, right? So this is something like, again, implementing something new if you're not doing it is uncomfortable. But I think with business, in anything in business, the first time is always the most uncertain. There's a level of discomfort in doing something you're not used to doing when you're trying to make a change like this. But you have the resources to do it. So do it. I love that for us. Okay, next glitch is July 15th, glitch 197. Ooh. Did you know lenders have a look-back period? If you are not aspiring to apply for working capital or financing, or if you don't have a relationship with your bank because you've never borrowed money before, this may not apply to you. And again, as I said at the top of the video, if there's a glitch that doesn't seem applicable to you, that's why I have the timestamp, so you can move on to something that might be of interest, or be a little bit, resonate a little bit more for your business. But lenders have what's called a look-back period. It's 3 years, and what they do is they look at your tax returns on how your business did financially for the last 3 years. And that's, again, where tax deductions, which we've talked about, come into play. It's where net income at a loss comes into play, which I think we've talked about. But that's, again, one of the reasons why this project exists in the first place. Let's do this question. If you were in a position where you had to turn over 3 years of tax returns for your business, how comfortable would you be? How comfortable are you with a 3-year look back of your financials in your business? Let's see what the energy is around that. 10 of Wands. This is the card of overwhelm, burden, too many things, but it's also the card 10 is the number of completion, endings. If you don't have where 3 years is an issue, then, it's just too much to consider right now. But if you have goals in the future, this is something that you're going to want to put on your to-do list. This is something that you're going to want to put on your to-do list, but with the caveat that if there's not a system set up for it, then it will be overwhelming for you. Again, some businesses, either they don't have a really good accountant, or they don't budget for a good accountant, or they don't like numbers. This is just not in their wheelhouse for that's why you hire people. But this is something that you want to make sure you have this buttoned up with your financials, so there's no surprises. I mean, that's going to be like an ongoing theme, I think, for some of these readings, so that there are no surprises in your business. Let's see what the shift would have to be. Okay, so this is the Death card. Okay, so far I'm just not liking this at all, except for the Death card is one of transformation. This is another where there's change. There's an ending and a new beginning. Now you know this about look-back periods and lenders and working capital business financing as a process. We have a whole playlist on our other channel, EIDL Experts channel, which are videos that we did even before the pandemic on how to prepare for applying for financing. I definitely am going to put that in the description as well. But again, if this is something that's like a burden or overwhelming or unknowing to you, then this is the time to figure out how to make this a little bit more of an awareness, to know this is a responsibility. Business owners, they find out after it's too late, though. So that's why this whole channel exists. That's why the whole project exists. Let's see the result of understanding what a look back period is and how the past financials determine a financial future for you. And this is strength. Okay, I'm glad we ended on this note. This is having the courage to get uncomfortable with things that may not be in your wheelhouse and that you might have to change to understand this is us being grown-ups in our business, and you have the strength to do it. You have the courage to do it. I love this. I love it. I love it. Love it. Okay, next is, we're already on 3. This is number 4. All right, 198 is July 16th. Are your sales subject to state sales tax? Yeah, so this is another one. If your business is not subject to collecting sales tax and submitting to your state, then this is not going to be for you. But this is where the reason this made the roster, just so you know, that these aren't particularly random and completely esoteric. We've heard and we've seen people who forgot to pay their sales taxes, or they didn't collect their sales taxes, or they were committing fraud with their sales taxes. It's definitely something that has to be, again, that methodical process of handling that so that you don't get behind. So it's not, 10 of wands where you're overwhelmed and burdened by the process that you didn't keep up on, that you didn't have organized. So let's see what the energy is with, are you organized with your sales tax for your state? What's the energy? 4 of Pentacles. This is the hoarding scarcity card. It's like you're on your way. You're developing a process, and having a structure is important too. But if you're of a scarcity mindset, then you're always going to feel like you're missing out on having that extra money that you have to now give away, which is part of the thing. You collect all this money and you have all this money, but now you have to give it away because that's what taxes are essentially. So let's see how we can shift this energy. We have the King of Swords, which he's back. This is the intellectual way of approaching this for your business, whether this is you or somebody of a level that can handle taxes and financials and numbers and stuff. This might be something that if you don't do it or you don't get a better organized system for it, then you have an advisor of someone that can assist you with a better process. Let's see what the result is. And this is Judgment. Oh boy. So this is if you do not take care of this, because it's a state law, and if your business is confined to this practice, then you could find yourself being held accountable. But this is also the awakening of, we don't want to have a scarcity mentality. We are striving for abundance. You are the master of your business, because kings are masters, and you have the intellectual capacity to shift your mindset from the scarcity and control mindset and open up to other possibilities in your business that will generate more revenue, so that you don't feel like you're holding on to this so tightly. And there's where are you going to go if you're holding on so tightly? Then you can't open up to learn different ways or new perspectives to handle the funding of this thing, these taxes that you have to pay. And that's part of the price of doing business. If this is what you're selling, if you're selling these types of anything that has to generate sales tax that you have to submit, you signed on for this. So you got this. All right. Next. All right, here we go. Another marketing card. Another marketing glitch. 199, July 17th. Do you send holiday cards to clients, vendors, employees? Do you send holiday cards? It's also a retention strategy where it's a nurturing tactic, if you will, to retain employees, but also for clients and vendors. It's, it's not an email, right? It's different. People open their mail because they don't get as much mail anymore since the advent of email. And so it's a little extra special touch, and literally touch, tactile. They have to, they take it out of their mailbox and open it. So there is an extra touch, literally and figuratively. So let's see what the energy is around employing a new marketing strategy that involves holiday cards and how that would work with your business. This thing is popping out. Oh, we got Knight of Wands and Seven of Swords. Again, I take the Seven of Swords as a strategy card because this is a card of deceit and betrayal and, so on. If there was a weird something going on in your business, this could be another different kind of message. Maybe there's somebody who's playing games that you're like, what the heck, But then you got the Knight of Wands and you're ready to figure it out and charge forward with protecting your business. All right, so that was just a random cards are popping out. All right, so let's go with the energy around marketing, sending holiday cards as a marketing strategy for your business. What's the energy? Queen of Swords, ideas, intellect, mentality, ego, but also she's nurturing. So this definitely is something around having this as a nurturing, and again, I think I used the word nurturing before the queen even popped up, a nurturing retention strategy. All the butterflies are flying around. She's protective to make sure, again, no surprises. Or you have somebody in your sphere that is a marketing guru, a marketing maven of sorts that can assist you with how to plan this out. So what's the shift to consider this as a potential practice for marketing? Ooh, the World, and it's upside down. And I don't do reverse readings, and that one is upside down. Can't ignore it. Can't ignore that this is upside down. So the World is one of those, round and round, beginnings and endings, cycles, all right? And this is reversed. This could be a delay of success that you could be enjoying. Or there's a stagnation going on, something dormant in your business that maybe it needs a spark. And so you have your Queen of Swords, the marketing maven, who can come in and help with kickstarting this to complete the cycle of some of the things in your business that need a little bit more nurturing. And the result, Seven of Pentacles. This is a results card. I mean, it says it on the card, results. So this is worth reversing the reverse. You're harvesting. You've been harvesting. Why not take a chance? The sun is shining here. The birds are chirping. You've been on your way. You've overcome challenges. So you have the ability to cultivate something a little extra. And again, that extra touch to nurture and retain clients, retain vendors, retain employees. Love that. But let's not have reverse cards again. I didn't plan on reverse cards, so let's just make sure there's none of. Oh, there are a couple in here that I must have flipped. Yeah, okay. All right, so second to last, July 18th. This is Glitch 200. How much have you decluttered since glitch number 10? We didn't start the Tarot Said So with glitch number 1. No. We started with June 1st, but glitch number 10 was January 10th, and that's National Clean Off Your Desk Day. And so since it's 6 months later, and it's a milestone, 200. I guess I decided there's been 190 days that have happened in this year already. How are you addressing clutter in your business? How are you addressing stuff? Because stuff has energy. And if we don't address the stuff, it feeds into that loop of potential status quo-ness and keeping us stuck from moving forward on, greater things that we could be achieving in our business had we not been cluttered. So let's see. How are you addressing clutter? Let's look at the energy of, are you addressing clutter 200 days into the year? The moon. You could be telling yourself, everything's fine. Your subconscious is like, everything's fine. Everything's fine. But is it? Is it fine? Have you even just played around with cleaning out a drawer that you look in every day, or a closet that you look in every day, or, a shelf that you look at every day? Are you looking at that knowing I could pare some of that stuff down? I could make space for that, for new things to come in. So let's see what the shift is to declutter, to kind of move forward. Okay, so the Wheel of Fortune. This is destiny. This is luck. This is change. This is nothing bad is going to happen if you declutter some space. Again, it could be, you can start small with a drawer or a shelf. Start small, but a body at rest stays at rest. A body in motion stays in motion. If you were to at least start, I think you would find that momentum would appear to aid in clearing space for new progress. And the result of decluttering is the Knight of Swords. Knights are always striving for something, striving forward. There's assertiveness, there's control, there's action. You want to heed that little voice in your head that maybe it's my voice to you right now, or maybe it's something that's been gnawing at you, but either way, this is going to give you the energy to do that. Of all the knights, this one has the most assertive action. Try one thing, one little space to help start the process. And I think you'll find you will have a feeling of clearing for yourself, for your energy, for your mentality, for something new to then come in. So I love that. And then we have the last glitch, number 201 for July 19th. Do you cross-sell your customers and clients? Do you upsell products and services? So this is cross-selling, upselling, products, services, whatever, clients, customers. Difference is a client, you have an ongoing relationship. Customers, one-hit wonder kind of thing. But one thing I do want to say is, for the glitch gurus that sign up for the mistake of the day, when you get the email, besides just the glitch, there's goals and actionable items that we include, plus some downloadable resources that you have access to kind of like just help make this a little less burdensome, help make this more attainable, so that it's not an overwhelming, insurmountable kind of thing you approach. So I just want to tell you that. And also, I think I've forgotten this whole time to say, please like and subscribe. If you like these videos, if you like the style of the videos, or if you like tarot readings, would love for you to like and subscribe and tell YouTube that these videos don't really suck. So maybe they'll share them with other people looking for tarot readings. Would love that and appreciate it. And thank you in advance. Okay. Do you cross-sell and upsell with clients? Do you have a marketing strategy to do those types of activities, to set up a marketing structure for upselling and cross-selling? Let's see what the energy is around that. Knight of Pentacles. So knights are showing up. Knights are striving to help you achieve the goals that you set out for your business. The Knight of Pentacles happens to be the most patient knight. We just saw the Knight of Swords. That is the most assertive of the knights, where there's a respect there for how you approach this. This is a really key quality strategy for business owners to figure out how to make possible for other streams of income. And this says, okay, you have the means to do this. And there could be someone who can assist, because it can be very involved with the task, the different activities involved to set something up like this, to have this where someone, you have to have the product, you have to have it in somewhere where they can buy it, and then have all the communications about when they bought it, that kind of thing. There's a lot of moving parts with this. But let's see what the shift is. Should I just stop reading? This is the King of Pentacles. This is the master of wealth and success and accomplishments. Just like the Queen of Pentacles is the businesswoman in the deck, this is the businessman in the deck. This is where you're going to set out to do it. You're going to have a lot of success with it. And let's see what the result is. Okay, so I spoke too soon. I really should have quit while I was ahead. But here we are, the Five of Pentacles. Now, I love that this is all about money. So there's a financial consideration, a financial reward that can be accomplished here. The Five of Pentacles is the you're out in the cold card. But the reason why this is so vital to support these two other cards, not only as the ability you have to do this, but also having potential mentors or, again, marketing mavens that could assist you. But this is, you have resources you may not even realize. And it could be the Knight and the King that you didn't realize are there for you they're waiting to dispatch themselves to help you to execute this strategy for your business. Again, marketing, cross-selling, and upselling that was a huge consideration when I owned an insurance agency, because we sold home and auto and renters and business insurance and life insurance. So if, one person who needed more than one policy, I wanted to make sure you knew we could sell you also life insurance. You have what you need here. You just have to go inside, get out of the cold, and enjoy the resources that are available to you. I hope I turned that around, because ending on a 5 is seemingly like not positive, but we're going to flip it around, because you've got your Knights and Kings that are going to help you figure it out on how to do upselling and cross-selling strategies. So I love that for us. Now, the last thing we're going to do is the success card. I haven't looked at this yet, so this is as much of a surprise to me as to you. So let's see. Leadership. Ooh, I love it. Now, I think this is the 6th video in this series, so I don't pull the same, any of the one of the 101 cards, I leave them out of the deck because there's enough of them, so I don't need to pull the same one. So these are cards that we haven't seen. I love this card. Let's read what it says. How do you communicate? A lot of swords came up today, right? About your values and your vision. Can you empower others to be leaders themselves, thus multiplying your effectiveness? How can you marry individuals' needs and motivations with those of the group? So, with all the glitches that we touched on today, and all the different cards that popped up today, with marketing, with the sales tax, with a lot of marketing, a lot of communication, a lot of financial stuff, you are the leader of your business. And you can accomplish so much when you find the strength and courage to do it. And so with that, I'm going to find the strength and courage to say, please like and subscribe. Please let YouTube know that these videos don't suck and that we are having fun with talking about things that sometimes aren't fun in our business, glitches, mistakes, things we have to overcome, things that may not be in our wheelhouse that we have to delegate to other people, trusting, getting out of our comfort zone, mitigating surprises, all of those things. So thank you for being here, and we'll see you next week because the tarot said so.